maayong hapon, Senator
Maayong hapon.
Bato, Senator Zubiri, right? So, regarding the proposal of Senator Bato, we would like to manifest that uh, the private education sector are really saddened by the devastating loss of young lives, Mr. Chair, and no one of us want these incidents to happen again. Mr. Chair, we would like to respectfully point out that under the Anti-Hazing Act of 2018, uh, under Section 8 particularly, it enumerates the proactive steps that the schools must take in order to protect its students from the dangers of hazing or activities that involve hazing. And we manifest, Mr. Chair, that these two-pronged steps, the information dissemination campaign at the start of every semester regarding the consequences of participating in hazing, and the second part, the orientation program relating to membership in organizations, are being done by the schools as confirmed by UC Legal Counsel, Attorney Clavicilias, and the Adamson Legal Counsel as well. As regards the proposal to give more penalty towards schools, Mr. Chair, we would like to also say that we, the schools, since in PACO, Mr. Chair, in our partial or quick survey, we have gathered that at least 26 of our member schools ban or outlaw fraternities. So, meaning they cannot be officially registered in our schools. And we believe that these policies that our schools have is a valid exercise of their constitutionally guaranteed academic freedom, which accords them, the institution of higher learning, to the right to establish policies, academic and otherwise, unhampered by external controls or pressure, unless there is grave. Mr. Chair, that our schools are not hiding or these are not alibi. All right. Am I back na po, Mr. Chair?
We can hear you, pero siguro liwanagin niyo po yung sa asosasyon ninyo. Hindi niyo na-recognize yung mga fraternities. Ang ibig sabihin, hindi kayo liable. Sa inyo bang pananaw, merong pagkakaiba yung recognition ng fraternities at registration ng fraternities sa inyong talaan?
Mr. Chair, based on our the response of our member schools, the fraternities and sororities become recognized when they are registered in the schools. So as of now, Mr. Chair, based on our the partial result of our surveys, 26 of our member schools do not allow or they ban fraternities precisely because, according to them, because of the long list of hazing incidents in the past.
If I may cut you short, so dahil hindi nyo ni-recognize, hindi ni-register, wala na kayong pananagutan. Kung sakaling baguhin namin ang batas na recognize or not recognize, basta estudyante nyo, meron kayong pananagutan. Papayag po ba kayo nun? Kasi yung doctrine natin, locus parentis, kayo yung secondary parents. Hindi mo na maiiwasan yung pagiging secondary parent mo dahil sa inyo nag-enroll. So kung i-amend natin yung batas, whether recognized or not recognized, registered or not registered, so long as the students involved came from your school, you can be held accountable. Papayag po ba kayo ng ganon?
Mr. Chair, we respectfully object the proposal because, Mr. Chair, the Supreme Court itself affirmed that the school cannot be an insurer of its students against all risks. And when the school, Mr. Chair, in its valid exercise of academic freedom, carries out its policies of banning fraternities, Mr. Chair, it cannot, the students in question are not within its custody, Mr. Chair. It will be an act of injustice to penalize schools when students are doing these activities outside their custody.
Correct. So labas na ng premises ninyo, Pero kaya po sila na-recruit na maging, I have nothing against, for the record,
Yes
against
po.
Taugama. Malaki rin na itulong ng Taugama sa ating lipunan. But what I'm saying is this, kaya po sila nag-member ng fraternity, kasi estudyante sila sa inyong school. So ibig sabihin nyo po, kahit nag-enrolled sila, estudyante nyo sila, gagraduate sila sa inyo, basta ayaw nyo lang ng involvement sa fraternities. Yun po yung gusto nyo. Ang gusto namin, parang ganito po, estudyante namin kayo, pero yung ginagawa nyo outside the school premises, wala kaming connection dyan. But the mere fact that they're students was the condition required for them to become a fraternity member. Otherwise, hindi sila magiging fraternity member ng school. Yung schools, they have fraternity chapters. Di po ba? So, payag po ba kayo na bigyan ng additional duties? Kahit nasa labas ng eskwelahan, as long as they are students, card-bearing students, registered students ng inyong pamantasan, ay may responsibilidad pa rin yung inyong eskwelahan. Pag sila po ay nagkaroon ng recognition, halimbawa sila ay naging outstanding athlete, outstanding member of society, wala po sa loob ng eskwelahan yung ginawa nila. Nasa labas, pero you share the same accolade and recognition. The glory belongs to the school. Pero pag nagkaroon ng aberya, wala kami dyan, nasa labas na yun ng school. Ganun po ba ang dapat natin gawin?
Mr. Chair, with regard to the student athletes, what they're doing is sanctioned by the school. They're being trained inside the premises and trained by faculty members of the school. As regards for fraternity-related activities, these are not sanctioned by the school. So, Mr. Chair, we respectfully say that those two scenarios are not the same, because in one, we fully endorse the development of athletic activities of our youth within
Sample ko lang po
and
yung
outside of
athletic,
premises.
pero pag meron pong performer sa, bawa singer, sumali po sa isang singing competition, nanalo. O sasabihin nyo, ay, ano namin yan, estudyante namin yan. So, dala-dala rin po yung karangalan at pangalan ng inyong pamantasan. Pero pag nagkamali, wala kami pakialam dyan sa labas na yan ng eskwelahan. So, nirelate ko lang yung kanina, analogy dun sa athletic events, pero debatable po yung question. I have other colleagues who will say their pieces here. Senator Dela Rosa and then Senator Estrada, and then recognize the presence of Senator Tulfo in succession. Senator Dela Rosa again.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Alam mo, ma'am, you mentioned about yung academic freedom. Alam mo ba na yung academic freedom na yan, that is the most abused phrase na ginagamit. Kaya yung ating mga kabataan napunta na, naging NPA na yung mga kabataan natin, at may mga tao at may mga estudyante tayo nangamatay dahil palagi nating in-invoke yung academic freedom at kinalimutan natin yung locus parentis. Ma'am, ganito na lang po. Kaya namin ito ini-insist dahil nga lumabas doon sa last hearing namin na 4 out of the yung 7 accused na nandito sa last hearing, inaamin nila na in the 4 years nila sa Adamson University, 8 semesters, wala sila talagang natanggap or nalaman na orientation seminar every start of the semester, which is provided by law, na dapat i-orient yung estudyante about fraternity. Wala po silang natanggap na orientation seminar at hindi sila nasabihan na eskwela kung gaano kasama, gaano kabigat yung Anti-Hazing Act of 2018 natin. Kaya sila, matapang pa rin sila na ginagawa nila yung hazing. So, kahit na anong insistent na sinasabi ng student affairs ng Adamson, si Mr. Nabalaska, ako, walang personalan ito, based on facts lang tayo na lumabas doon sa hearing natin. Kahit anong deny niya, lumalabas talaga na walang orientation. Kaya nga nakakommit sila ng krimen dahil hindi sila na-orient. Kaya ito nga, ang responsibilidad ng eskwelahan ay dapat andyan gabayan natin yung mga estudyante natin. Dahil mga bata ito, after na-commit nila yung crime, lumabas yung pagka-inosente nila, ang mga bata. Kawawa. Saka pa sa nagsisi, tapos na. Pero kung ito'y na-brief nyo ng husto, na-orient nyo ng husto, na kapag kayo'y nag-engage in hissing, mabigat ang parusa sa hissing, sigurado maghundos dili itong mga bata na ito na manghis ng kanilang mga ka-fraternity, yung papasok sa fraternity nila. So yun lang po, kasi ang hirap eh. Ang hirap from my point of view, as a military officer, as a police officer, yung aming talagang ini-insist na command responsibility, ang hirap niyo yung iwasan yung command responsibility pagdating sa mga estudyante ninyo dahil alam ninyo na merong nag-i-exist na fraternity sa eskwelahan ninyo. Pero porket walang sanksyon doon sa batas, walang penal provision, hindi niyo in-implement itong provisions ng batas na ito. So, kailangan kaigtingan natin itong batas na ito. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair. Mahirap ba sige iwas tayo sa problema. Otherwise, hindi mahinto ito. Hindi mahinto itong hissing na ito. That is, kung gusto nyo, i-outlaw natin talaga yung hissing. Pero it's impossible to outlaw hissing dahil constitutional right natin yung freedom from assembly. So, yun nga sa atin. Freedom from outlaw ang fraternity. I-outlaw natin ang fraternity, which very difficult to make. Dahil alam naman natin, constitutional right yan ng bawat tao. Yun lang sa akin, Mr. Chairman. Sana magkaklaruhan. Bago matapos ng hearing na ito, maklaro natin, madelineate natin kung sino dapat mananagot dito. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The Senate President would like
Thank you,
to
Mr. Chairman.
interject.
Following the questioning of or the statement of Senator Bato de la Rosa, gusto ko sanang tanungin si Ma'am Maya and Attorney Rosales. To the two ladies, no? Do you think that to improve the law, we need to now compel students who enter universities to mandatorily declare that they are members of fraternities para alam ninyo? Kasi right now, baka hindi naman kailangan tanungin yun eh. So if a student joins, the problem kasi, Mr. Chairman, and correct me if I'm wrong, any of the resource persons here, there are fraternities that are not school-based. I know Tau Gamma Phi is a fraternity that's not necessarily school-based, and there's many other fraternities that are not school-based. If we now compel under the law the schools and the students to mandatorily declare if they are members of fraternities or not, maybe that will help. Di ba? Kasi if they are the school year, you get 1,000 applicants to your school. Out of that 1,000 applicants, under the law, you'll now have to put in your form, the entry form of these students, are you members of a fraternity, yes or no, under Republic Act so and so, with the amended Republic Act on the Anti-Hazing Law, you must declare your membership to fraternity if you are a member or not. Diba? Now, if they lie on that particular issue and they're a member of fraternity, eventually they will get into trouble in the schools, fraternity authorities. Then maybe the schools have may pweba po sila. They have a reason to expel or to suspend the students. Mas maganda ba yan? Maganda bang mga amendment yan sa batas? I'd like to ask the two ladies.
Mr. Chair.
Rosales, come closer to
yes.
your microphone.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon.
Ina po, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair.
We can hear you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I'm now. Can you hear me na po?
Yes, we can, ma'am.
Okay. So as to the proposal of the Honorable President Subiri, so I think that will be of great help to the universities so that we will have knowledge whether there are students who are actually members of community-based fraternities. Because, Mr. Chair, that's really the problem among universities. We're not, in fact, knowledgeable of whether these students are actually members, and there were no reported incidents of hazing in the university. And so universities are also at times at a loss on that regard, Mr. Chair. Thank you po.
Miss Maya, Hahalya.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you. I agree with the pronouncements of the PASOK representative, Mr. Chair, because in our understanding with the case of Matthew Salide, Tanggap is technically a community-based fraternity and not a school-based fraternity because they're not sanctioned to use the name of Adamson University, not sanctioned to use the logo of Adamson University. It's just that because they are banned, they know that fraternities and sororities are not allowed or not recognized by university. It's a matter of geographical logistics lang po na because they are all students, but this is not a school-based fraternity, so they gathered or they organized among themselves, and the recommendation of Senator Subiri is helpful because then the schools, our member schools who do not recognize school-based fraternities can know who are members of community-based fraternities. Because again, Mr. Chair, we emphasize that hindi naman po lahat ng aming member schools do not recognize fraternities. There are those who do,
Thank you.
especially recognize them. Yes.
Thank you. We note the statements coming from Miss Maya and Attorney Rosales, but you should also note the context of these proceedings. Nabasa ko po lahat yon. Ito mapapatunayan ng mga pulis. Nabasa ko po lahat yung mga screenshots ng mga sa group chat nila. Alam mo po ang sabi nung isa, basta tayo sa Lunes pagpasok sa school, normal lang tayo, wala nang iimik. Pagkatapos nilang ilibing si Matthew. Ibig sabihin, nire-respeto pa rin nila yung babalikan nilang eskwelahan kahit galing sila sa community-based group. Basta pagpasok natin sa Lunes, wala nang iimik. Normal lang kayo. Ganun po yung mga statements doon sa hawak na ebidensya ng ating kapulisan. So, thank you for your statements.
Subscribe to SMNI News Channel and turn on the notification bell to keep you up to date. Also visit our official social media accounts and join our community on Viber and Telegram.